You did that. Yeah, you crossed the line about 1,000 times and I did that. Yeah, I stayed a while, tried to make it right. A cigarette. No, I never smoked, but my heart is broke, explosive. Stressing for that old thing back. You did that. Yeah, you crossed the line about 1,000 times and I did that. Yeah, I stayed a while, tried to make it right. A cigarette. No, I never smoked, but my heart is broke, explosive. Stressing for that old thing back. That initial love, all the goosebumps, those flutters in my gut.
Not talking. There I go. What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ back with another Zatima talk, y'all. Woo! This was the finale, y'all, and I just feel like we got a lot to talk about and a lot to say, and we gonna get right into it, y'all. Let me go ahead and bring up my girl Tamieka's den. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hey, boo.
Mm-hmm. Hey. What's going on?
Girl.
Yeah.
Too much and not enough.
Right. That part.
Girl, just a lot. What's up to everybody in the chat? Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Thank you guys for coming through. As y'all come in the building, please drop your thoughts about what y'all thought about these two episodes. Like, what were your feelings? Like, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. I'm curious to know, am I the only one that felt a way about this entire thing? And I ain't gonna lie, everybody who loves their favorite couple may not like what I have to say because they wasn't it today for me. But we gonna see. To make a vibe check, what'd you think about these two episodes?
It gave me a headache. It gave me a daggone headache, child. It made me want to jump through the TV and slap some people. There was a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of things that just wasn't adding up and wasn't making sense for me. But, that's why I might have unpopular opinions as well. But yeah, that's what it did for me.
Okay. Hey, Angelica. Yeah, I mean, I tell you that the hypocrisy was on like 10. It was on 10, like seriously. Hold on, I gotta put my headset so I can hear myself. It was on 10, like seriously. And I was just like, what are we doing right now? Like what exactly are we doing with this particular episode? Because I just couldn't get over the fact that we just went in on Zach and then we just went and did the same things. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
It was just too much. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We already know this episode started right where the last one left off, of course. And that's with Jeremiah. We heard some shots and we weren't really sure what it was, but turns out it was Jeremiah. Jeremiah and hold on, can you still hear me? Let me move this around.
Yes, I can.
Okay, there we go. Let me move this around so your camera don't be acting weirdo. Let me see. Let me move it over here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna move it over here. Okay. Let's see. Well, let me move it over here. There we go. And then I'm gonna pull it down here. There we go. All right. So it started right where the last one left off, and that was with Jeremiah in the pop. Jeremiah said, look, this ain't what we finna do. Girl, just initial thoughts.
Yeah, you was right because you said that Belinda probably had a gun upstairs. Oh, I hear my, excuse me. Probably had it upstairs, probably didn't have it secure, didn't have it locked up nowhere. So, I mean, you get what you get. I don't feel bad for her at all. That her stuff got stole, her ring gun got stole, that he took the daggone hammer. He was like, you coming up here for me? I got to defend myself. And he was able to jump out the window and climb the wall like Spider-Man because, when you high on that stuff, you get the super strength. So,
Okay, that part. You never know exactly what a person like that can do when they own that stuff. And that's been my whole point is that like Zach, you don't know what he is capable of, but yet you
Mm-hmm.
keep putting everybody in all of this danger, all because you have this vendetta that you want to get back at. Because we learned really quickly that it wasn't just about Fatima at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
Fatima was the catalyst that just went ahead and but that wasn't where it all started from. And that was the
Mm-hmm.
other thing. Like, that's what we're supposed to be in therapy for. That's what we're supposed to be here trying to work through these different things. But hell, therapy ain't did jack for him at this point. Like, not a dang on thing.
Yeah.
They were my
Definitely.
favorite, but I'm
She said I'm done. Listen, I definitely don't see where the therapy is at. I don't see where the growth is at. Like we were saying the last time we was up here, I feel like we reverted. We went backwards. We defeated everything that we've been trying to accomplish.
absolutely. What up, young champ? What up? What up? What up? Yes, everything that we tried to accomplish, we went.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy to me. Fatima get up and she go off and do her thing, and Zach is not trying to hear it. Zach feels like he didn't do anything, and the only thing I kept hearing Zach say is that he shot at me. He shot, dude. What'd you expect? Is he just supposed to let you handle up on him? Like, what are we supposed to do? What are we doing? Like,
Yeah, he's
the
supposed to be
audacity.
waiting. Like, yeah, come kick my behind.
And it was that audacity for both him and Fatima for me, and both of these episodes, both of them just had this. It was so irritating. Ugh. Anyway, let's move on from this part. Let's move on to, because girl, just so much to say. Um, Zach goes and he talks to Preston. Bryce gives Preston Dr. Reed's number because he recognizes that Zach really do need to talk to somebody. I wasn't that annoyed with Bryce in this episode. He
Yeah, I thought
with
it
me,
was
but not as much.
I thought it was interesting that Bryce don't want to face his own stuff, but that again is usually how it works. We can see other people things more than we can ours. But of all the people to decide to give, Dr. Reed number and say he needs to be called in, I was not expecting it to be Bryce. I actually would have thought that Fatima would have been did that, or even Zach himself, if therapy really was making him the changed man that he claimed it is, and him feeling the way that he did, would have called him himself. But for Bryce to come through and give Preston the number, I was like, okay, that was smart. That was good. And Preston was just his usual Preston self, and he trying to talk logically to him. I'm like, about time you go to the damn office, because you acting like you don't care about these millions of dollars that's supposed to be taking care of business with at this point.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. It's like we just forgot about everything, and now we're just doing whatever. I mean, just acting like a little. I don't want to say it. Just acting up. So anyway, he gives him the number. I was like, that's a good thing. So he talks about whatever. Oh, Lord, he talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's move on. This is the part I want to talk about right here, because you talk about hypocritical. You talk about a hypocrite to her heart. And I've been saying that everything is always good for Fatima, but it is not good for Zach. And even though Zach do some dumb stuff, I hated this. Like, I hated that we just did all of that just to be here. Now, Deja, yes, she get on people's nerves. Deja is a lot. Yes, I get that. But Deja really didn't deserve this. Like, she didn't deserve to be treated like this. And I don't be caping for Deja too much, even though she be funny to me. But at the same time, I'm like, did she really deserve this one this time? Like, some of the other times she deserved it. But did she deserve it this time? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I was not impressed by this at all. It just basically gave me bully. Like, she know Deja ain't gonna fight her any damn way. Um, and then you feel like you can fight the whole daggone world. And we know this is not really about Deja being here having a party. It's about all the stress and everything that you dealing with Zach. But at the same time, you're supposed to be with child, so you should be trying to calm your stress level as much as you can, not going here acting like you about to be knocked if you buck and kick in the whole party's behind. I'm just like, and the same thing, the same way that it was dangerous for Zach to assume that he was just going to be able to beat up Jeremiah and he wasn't going to get the hammer and pop off shots that could have potentially hit anybody. Fatima walking up in here, yeah, Deja may not come after you, but you didn't know if it was going to be one of her party guests that could have had something on them and been like, who the hell are you? And they do something to you like, why are we putting ourselves in this position? But you're lecturing Zach on, you supposed to be growing up, you supposed to be living your life different, and then you're coming in here and doing this. Like, what's the difference? Is they two sides of the same coin. That's why I said they both can go 0 to 100 real quick. And we all already know that. But this to me was not the situation to do it.
Exactly. It was just wrong on every level. And you have to think about your child at this point, but you're not. Like, what if Deja finally decided, okay, you done came at me one too many times. Let me go. Yes. And I feel like you believe that Deja is so afraid of you, but sometimes scary people do stuff like what Jeremiah did. You know what I'm saying? And we know that Deja's bubbly and all that type of stuff, but at the same time, it could have been somebody else that maybe was defending Deja, or maybe somebody else that was like, what in the world is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought it was so extra. Like, it was just too much. Like, all you had to do was tell them people to get their cars out of your yard. That's it. You know, like, if that was what the issue was, that's all you had to do. Seriously. So anyway, y'all, let's move on to the next one. Let me see. Dr. Reed. Listen, Dr. Reed decides that he's going to come out and he's going to talk with Zach, y'all. So him and Preston are supposedly out, and he's called Dr. Reed in, and Zach is in here. You know, he gonna listen to what Dr. Reed have to say, but I just kept feeling like he didn't actually listen to what Dr. Reed said. He made it seem like he was listening, but he wasn't really listening to what Dr. Reed said at all. And I see your comment, Angelica, you said 8 episodes with Fatima lying to Zach, and she did exactly to Deja what she feared for Jeremiah. Stupid. Exactly. No, you're right, though. That's exactly how it went down. That's exactly what it was. She did the same exact thing that she didn't want Zach to do. And 8 episodes of lying, girl, that's so crazy to me. I was just over this whole situation at this point. They was just doing too much. But anywho, when Dr. Reed bring himself in here and they have these conversations, I thought this was good for Zach. I thought Zach was kind of calming down a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe he wasn't calming down as much as I thought he was going to calm down. He made it seem like he was going to be cool, calm, and collected, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I really shouldn't have believed that, but this is Zach that we're talking about at this point. But I did like the conversation that they were having. I liked how Zach is, he's being open. There was a time when I don't think he ever would have talked to Dr. Reed, but this go around, I guess he was like, I'm gonna listen to what he have to say, but deep down inside, he didn't really care. He was just, that's all it was I already made up my mind. But at least this time he did say it at the end. He was like, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. So that part was the only truthful thing that I felt like I was like, okay, that was honest.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Reed know what time it is when it comes to him, and I mean, it was the most annoying freaking part to me was that in the midst of us having this conversation and Dr. Reed saying, like, I get it, I understand, and I've been, where you at. I didn't come up, with no silver spoon or living in the suburbs or nothing like that, and I get that street side of you. But at the end of the day, do you want to love Fatima or lose Fatima? And for Zach to turn around after that and say, well, I still really don't feel like I have nothing to lose. To me, that's the end of the conversation. If you don't feel like you have nothing to lose, but you're claiming that this is your wife, y'all supposed to have a baby on the way, mind you, Dr. Reed don't even know or nothing about that part, so he's not bringing up the baby. He's just bringing up the dynamic and the relationship between you and Fatima. If you feel like you have nothing to lose, plus you have other kids, and you ain't taking none of that into consideration, then whatever you get, you get. I don't feel sorry for you, because you said you ain't have nothing to lose. That's how I'm looking at it. I was like, really? That's what you came up with out of everything that he just sat here and told you about? Think back to the things you've been through. Think back to where you came from and where you at now. You know, I know it may seem a certain way now, but the same way you made it through those things, you'll make it through other things. I'm sorry, y'all. Kayla is talking up a damn storm.
Kayla says she got stuff to say about Zach too, because Zach was working her nerves too. Just working her nerves. Like, I understand, Kayla. But yeah, that's the part that I didn't understand. I was like, so you ain't got nothing to lose, Zach. Your girl ain't, your wifey, as you call her, she ain't pregnant right now, right? Is that what you saying? You don't already have kids in the other universe, because, you know, wherever they are, because they kind of crossed over into this universe a little bit, but you don't have nothing to lose. I just did not for the life of me get that. And it just further solidified for me that Zach has not grown at all. Like, people can cape for Zach all they want to. I really don't care. I mean, if that's that, Zach is not DeVale, people. Okay, let's keep it real. DeVale is DeVale, and he's dope and he's great. But Zach is not DeVale, and Zach sucks right at this moment. I am sorry. He's so
And side note, he did tweet out that the part he, you know, I don't know, disliked, I'm paraphrasing the most, is playing this part with Zach when he's on 1,000 and he's going off and being all outrageous. He's like, he can't stand playing that part. That's the toughest on him.
As it should be, because I mean, they not the same person, but people keep crossing them over, and I know how hard it is to, you know, like, I get it, like, you know, like, DeVale is DeVale though, people. This ain't him. So let's just call Zach what it is. Zach right now is bugging the freak out, and it is unnecessary. And he is on 1,000, and he's gonna lose it all, and it's all because of him. Not because of anybody else. These are all decisions that he's making, choices that he made. The same sentence that he came out when he was talking to Tony, talking about these are choices that his mom and his brother made. What about the decisions that you're making, Zach?
Exactly. It works the same way. It works the same way. It's like, yeah, you're telling the truth, but you also are making a choice as well. And Tony, whether you like it or not, yeah, some people sometimes make bad choices, but the fact that he was like, you can have two people be in the same situation or grow up in similar, you know, households, whatever, but we go two different routes and we go two different paths. We make different decisions. So what decision are you making now as a grown-ass man?
Exactly. A super grown man with stuff on the line. You got assets now. When you have assets, you got to think about that type of stuff. Not only do you have assets, but you got other people that you have brought into your life. It is not just you anymore. And why do we have to keep going so hard with this struggle? Love is not supposed to be this difficult. I am sorry, y'all. I know y'all love them. I do. I know y'all do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I know y'all love them. But at the same time, when Fatima goes on and tells Angela that love is supposed to be drama, girl, where? Because I don't want that type of love. No, thank you. I want all that damn drama. I can't do it.
No. Yeah, I don't want that drama either. I mean, don't get me wrong, child. Sometimes life be hitting you, okay? It's things you just can't control. Life be life, and you want somebody that can be with you and be by your side and help you through the struggle that life can be sometimes. But you don't want to have to sit there and struggle and fight and have drama with the person that's supposed to be by your side, and then still have to deal with all the things that we can't control in life. At least I don't, you know. And I felt like when it comes to that part, Angela has a point, and she don't have to be in a relationship to be able to say that and that be valid.
Exactly, because you know Fatima irked my soul when she said that. I said, "Dang!" And here we go right here. We right at that point. It's right on time, because Fatima tells Angela, "You ain't got no man." What do that have to do with anything? A blind man can see that what y'all doing is not it. I'm not saying that Zach doesn't love her, and I'm not saying that she doesn't love Zach. What I'm saying is that it shouldn't have to be this way. It shouldn't be that hard. Like, they stay on the struggle bus ever since we started this. I ain't even got to watch nothing else. I don't have to know about nothing else that has happened. For 3 seasons, for two full seasons, and then this is the first half of this season, I'm pretty sure, because you know how TP like to do it. For 2.5 seasons, we have seen them do nothing but struggle through this thing where they're supposed to be at the having the best time of their lives. They're supposed to be at the very beginning. And from my understanding, it ain't like they've been in a relationship for a long time. Because I remember when you and I talked about this, when we first started doing this couple was a fairly new couple. They weren't in a relationship for no years and years at this point. To be where they are now, you like, wait a minute, like this new love? Wait. This is too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not even like y'all been rocking for a long time and then you getting into some hurdles and you don't put in all this time. So that's a little different. It's still supposed to be fairly new and fresh and honeymoon, and ain't nothing about this been the honeymoon. Y'all don't get a chance for the honeymoon because it's been thing after thing after thing after thing. And for some things, I do very much get you saying, okay, you single girl, you haven't been in no relationship like that. You can't give me certain advice. And I also get saying sometimes I just want you to listen to me. I feel like we have different friends that's kind of known for being either the outspoken one or the one to listen, the one that give the advice. I can even understand that part as well. But also me being your real friend, your sister friend, I'm also not gonna lie to you or bullcrap you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna try to tell you things that I feel like can help you because I love you. That don't mean you always gonna do or follow whatever advice I give you. So I just felt like, her kind of being like, oh, well, he is a good man. It's like, yeah, he's a good man sometimes, but what about the times when he's not?
Okay. And most of this season, we done been on some doggone downwards. I want to say over half the season, we have been on some stuff. I mean, because I still haven't forgot about that whole situation with Deja. And even though Deja was coming at him hard, I'm talking about a very specific moment when we go upstairs and Deja in the bath, and when we come in the house and you say something about something, I would just F you or something. I can't remember the exact wording, but y'all remember what it was. That was a lot. Like, Zach be doing the most. Every time he get mad, he had these baby fits, and I don't like it. It just be doing too much. But that don't make Fatima blameless either, y'all. I'm just saying. In this whole season right here, I feel like the lie is what catapulted this. We didn't have to be here if we didn't start with that big lie. This could have been in a controlled environment, and maybe we could have talked to him in a different way. You the one who say that you know him better than everybody else. When I actually agree with Nate, I think they should have told him from the jump, and that that we probably didn't have to get here, because I feel like that's what escalated, and I feel like all the lies just took it further.
I agree. We've been saying that since the day one, and the thing about it is, even then, once they get back home and all of this has happened, she's saying, look what you did. See what happened? See, this is why I didn't want to tell you, because I knew, can you have a better understanding now? And it's like, yeah, I'm sure to a certain degree he probably do. But at the end of the day, you also don't stop to say, well, damn, maybe I shouldn't have went about this the way that I did, because look where we end up now. You just say, aha, yeah, I was right. And this is why I was doing it that way. And I still don't feel like she was right. I feel like he should have been told.
I think so too. I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that what's hidden in the dark come to the light, and so I feel like it would have come to the light at some point. And the best person to tell somebody something is the person who's in it. There's no world where Nate should have been the one who said something. There's no world where you should have even asked his friends or put his friends in any position to keep a lie from them, because guess what? He might go home and lay down with you, but then you messing up friendships because they trying to do what you ask, because are you effing him? Like, girl, what does that have anything to do with? I'll never forget that line. Like, that was just too much for me. I was like, girl, just too much. So, I feel like Zach went too far. I felt like he did black out, but I felt like it was all the anger that was just coming out of him. And I felt like it was coming from a different place, that it wasn't just about Fatima at this moment. And that's when we find out that it was about more than that, which to me is another reason why we should have told him, because maybe we could have talked some of this out. You're like, the lies has catapulted him so much that he's not going to listen to any of y'all. He not finna listen to not one of y'all anymore, because all y'all did was lie to him. So now you've lost the ability to even try to get him to calm down, because you lied to him. He don't care what y'all got to say no more, because y'all lied to him. Now, maybe if y'all hadn't lied to him, he might have listened in a controlled environment, but I don't know. What you think?
Yeah, he definitely went too far. I didn't like this at all. I thought this was horrible. I mean, he flinging them everywhere. He obviously was taking out years and years and years of frustration of Jeremiah, probably things that he felt from his mother. I'm sure some of the Fatima stuff was mixed in there too, but it was just everything. Everything he ever felt like Jeremiah did, said, thought, probably some of his other problems and issues, everything he ever felt and was feeling in that moment got taken out on Jeremiah damn body, and he was taking it out on Tony, Nate, and even when Connie jumped on his back trying to stop him and he flung her, he was flinging everybody. And finally, when he was coming with that damn stick, and Tony was finally able to jump on top of him and hold him down, and he carrying on, get off me, like he really wanted to beat him into the damn ground.
I'm like, dude, in this one moment, you about to throw it all away, because if you had took that stick and started hitting him with it, that would have been over with. He probably would have been DOA right then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was like, this is freaking ridiculous.
And that's my other point, is that when does Zach get to be accountable for Zach? When does he get to be accountable for his own actions? Because we never had to get here at all. Like, we really didn't have to get here. We didn't have to go looking for him. Like, we done talked to our therapist. We heard what he had to say. Why couldn't we just sit with this information, sit at the house, sit with it, and try to calm our nerves, like make a better choice, like make another decision? You got little humans that you're about to try to raise. Like, how can you tell them this, that, or the third, but then you can't even control your own emotions? Like, it's just too much. He just went way too far right here in this moment. And what I always say is that, like, and I'm not giving Jeremiah an excuse, because I'm not giving him an excuse when I say that he on that stuff and that he's sick, but he really is on that stuff and he really is sick. Zach, like, what you didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand how that made you feel better, because he's so numb to it. He don't even know really what you're doing. He know he hurt, but he is not, like, when you think about it physically, do you really think he was taking any of that in? That boy was so high out of his mind. Like, it's like a waste of an ass whooping. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if I'm going to whoop some ass, I want it to be like, I want you to feel it. I want you to know what's going on. Jeremiah don't know what the hell going on. He just in La La Land somewhere on his, in another world. But we have Angela who comes by and she wants to not Angela, Fatima wants to come and apologize for what she said. Now, I'm not saying that what she said wasn't accurate, but maybe the way that she delivered the message wasn't necessarily the right way to deliver it, especially when she was just trying to give you some advice. And I agree with Angela. I don't like drama either. I don't do drama either. And I'd be like, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I was glad that Fatima came over and apologized. What did you think about this whole thing?
I mean, I didn't really care. I was like, why are we trying to doctor Angela up and not talk about our own situation, but tell her what she got going on wrong with her? I just thought that was interesting, period. We just flipped it and reversed it and made it about her and the fact with how she dealing with men. But we all know and see, this ain't no secret. It's been said before about Angela and her making these choices and why she's making it. And, it's been said from Fatima, it's been said from Bryce. And then she'll be like, what are you talking about? And, act like she offended when it's saying she says she's just doing it because she likes it. But we know when it comes to that is more with her story too. And I mean, it's probably is parts of you that like it, and that's fine. But there's also some different, deeper issues that's there as well. I appreciated that. I mean, like I said, if you real friends, I feel like you can say what you need to say to each other. And if you're wrong, you should be able to come and apologize, as well, and be like, I was wrong. But it was funny how she was like, see, I had a point, I was right because you here by yourself now. And she like, no, I'm not, girl. I got somebody I don't know upstairs right in my bed right now.
Okay. Listen, Angela say listen, she always got a man. Hey, playing down under. What is up? What did you think about
Hey,
these
hey,
two
hey.
episodes? Let us know in the comments. But yeah, so it is what it is. Right now, Fatima is on this, you know, he's a good man, yada yada yada. And nobody's saying that Zach is a bad man. We're saying that Zach is a man who got a lot of work to do, and I do mean a lot, and makes a lot of bad choices and bad decisions. And that doesn't make him personally a bad man. That makes him somebody with potential, but not necessarily, this is just my opinion, not necessarily somebody that she needs to keep feeding all this energy into. I just feel like she is giving Zach a lot of passes, and she is giving him a whole ton of her energy. And I feel like they both need to work on something, and maybe they need to do that separately and then come back together, because they both got issues. I don't know. It just feel like a lot. I threw this in here because I love Deja. Deja be doing the most, but she still be funny sometimes. Deja say she's calling the po-pos, okay? I'm like, Deja, if you not swinging, sit your ass down, because the way I would have been swinging on Fatima when she came up in there tearing up my stuff and messed up my money cake, ain't no way she would have walked up out of there. I wouldn't have cared if I had got my ass whooped, Tamika. She would have caught something. She would have caught something.
Yeah, that was so disrespectful. Taking the piece, breaking the cake apart, and then tasting it and saying that it was nasty. I was like, that was disrespectful as hell. And about to beat up on people cars out there that you don't know who cars they are. Because the thing when you kept seeing that, trailer preview, whatever, with her beating up the car, it was like, well, what Zach did now, or what happened? Who caused that? She beating up, and she literally was ready to take a bat to whoever car. Honestly, Deja, you was too slow, because I would have been dialing that daggone 911 from earlier while she was still there in the damn house.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
I would have been
or
like,
either we would have been having the fight, and I would have just had to get my behind kicked, one or the other.
exactly, sure. Exactly. One or the other, but I would not be going out like that. I'm like, Deja, come on now. Like, come on, get a backbone, boo boo. So after the fight, Candy said my friends would have helped me whip her. Okay, in real life, girl.
Right, the
That
whole
part.
party would have been chasing her down. Shit.
Okay, that part. But we have Tony. He done brought Zach back home now, and they're having a conversation. And he keeps trying to tell him, that was more than about Fatima. Of course, Zach is trying to dodge it. He literally doesn't want to have the conversation about it. But everybody at this point understands that this was about more than just Fatima at this point. Like, this has to do with his mom, his brother, the way that they were raised. And that's why I never really agreed with when Fatima was like, I know him better than y'all. You know Zach in a different way, but maybe not necessarily better in the sense of, because a lot of people's stuff come from their childhood, a lot of it, and just them growing up and being around during some of these times when some of these things was happening. I feel like they know Zach on a different level too. Like, they know a lot about him too, and they've been kind of reading him a lot. That's why I was like, when they was like, we should tell him, I was like, yeah, y'all probably should tell him, but it is what it is. He's trying to put this bandage on and all this stuff, and he just wants Tony to get up out of there. That's all he wants. But yeah, when he told Nate that you unalived our mother, not Nate, Jeremiah, you unalived our mother. I knew a lot of that came from the fact that that's how he felt. He felt like them on that stuff, and I don't know if Jeremiah was the one who started her to doing it, if that's what we're alluding to. But he really felt like, a lot of that had to do with that as well. The fact that his mom had passed away, and he feels like Jeremiah is responsible for it.
Yeah, obviously he's blaming him for it, whether he deserves to be blamed or not. He just feels like, I want to put this on somebody. I want to be able to place this anger on somebody. And right now, Jeremiah is the target. Of course, it got lit by the whole situation that happened with Fatima, but we know that that's not what it is all carried.
Exactly. Now we get back over here because they had to take him to the hospital because they like, you know what, we gotta take him to the hospital because he was down bad, like bad, and they don't really know if he's gonna make it. But what I do like about this whole conversation right here was we finally got some conversation around something we've been asking. Lori, what were your thoughts and kind of talk about that scene?
Yeah, I did like that scene. I like the fact that Connie kind of put him in his place. Like, yeah, we're all grown. Because it was funny. He just is always going to say something smart about Fatima, but yet he doesn't see the actual situation with Belinda. He's over here talking about, well, I really thought we was in a relationship. Did you? You didn't really think that. You already know all she want to do is get together and bump and grind with you from time to time. What happened to your wife? What happened to your kids? Where the hell are they at? When do you see them? And then he's talking about some, oh, you knew that relationship was going to end. And she pretty much was like, no, I didn't. Then you want to put it off on, oh, she crazy. Everybody damn crazy. You make them crazy. They probably crazy because of you. So, just calling him out, like, we are all grown and growing up and trying to do grown things, but you're really pretty much still the one that's acting like a kid and don't want to grow up. And I definitely was asking those questions. I'm like, since when we got into a serious relationship with damn Belinda, and like, you ain't gonna never go see your kids, you don't even mention your damn kids. Like, it's just, I don't know, child.
Exactly. I was like the same thing. Like, when did we get into a serious thing? But you can tell that he really low key likes Belinda.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what Belinda. That's not what time she on. And that's not even somebody you should even want to be with. I mean, honestly, Belinda just do the absolute most. I could really live without her.
Exactly. Like, why would you even want somebody like that?
Exactly. Now, as they're there at the hospital, we're going to see that the code, somebody's going to start coding, and they're going to notice that it's in Jeremiah's room or whatnot. And Nate is freaking out, of course, wanting to call him, but not really knowing what to do. And before we even get back to that, let's travel back for a second because them braids coming out was so funny to me. She was like, I'm not breaking up no more fights. And that was another key moment to me because it tells me that she's been through a lot of fights with them and she's always the one having to break them up. I felt like it was slightly hypocritical. And I know that Zach had zoned out and that he wasn't doing this on purpose. But when Jeremiah did what he did, wasn't he also in a different type of zone? He wasn't in his right state of mind? He was immediately remorseful for it right after he did it. He knew he was immediately remorseful. You threw this woman off your back. She done flew all the way over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, they're just these little things, like, this person did something and
Yeah,
it's
I didn't see
intentional.
him stop to apologize to her. He just feel like, he trying to do what he trying to do, and he mad that y'all even trying to stop him to begin with. So
Exactly. Somebody said, I just want to know what he is going for with that. Who knows? Because they all done had the same outfit on for the last 10 episodes at this point. So,
mhm.
that's what we've been. We've been in 2 days, maybe. We've been in 2 continuous days at this point.
Mhm.
But yeah, so Jeremiah definitely didn't look like he was making it. So anyway, we get over here to this conversation with Angela, and Bryce just hit all of the marks right from the jump. She didn't even get a chance to get it out before he just started this, and then he brings up childhood. So feels like they've talked a lot more than maybe what I thought. What you think about this scene?
Uh, y'all know I just don't be caring about Bryce and
I know,
Angela
girl.
conversation. I was like, how the hell did we get here for her making him breakfast? But I mean, yeah, he pretty much 2.5 seconds broke it all the way down, said everything that Fatima said. And she was like, well, damn, you just, got it all in the daggone barrel, ready to shoot it out like that off the bat. And then he was like, we don't really have enough time. Like, how much time do you have? Because we gonna need more than a couple of minutes now. That did make me chuckle a little bit because, basically she was saying she was going to get ready to head out and go behind, Fatima and be on the way to work. And it was like, well, let's talk about it another time because we definitely going to have to go deeper. And told her this goes all the way back to her childhood, which it probably does. But I
Mhm.
was just like, why are we all of a sudden? I don't know what we trying to do as far as these two in their friendship.
Okay. But do you feel like we're about to try to bring in more Angela storylines? Is that where we're kind of going with this? Is this like an opening for it?
Maybe she'll start working on herself and getting herself into some therapy too. I'm not too sure exactly. That's why I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm assuming we trying to go somewhere about even bringing this up and having her kind of reevaluate. Probably feeling like, all right, y'all keep saying this to me. Maybe it is something that I need to look more into for myself.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I do feel like we do need to travel into more characters. Just because I don't know, the team of them be exhausting me, and I feel like we need to balance this out a little bit more. But just leave Belinda out of it, like whatever it is, just leave her out of it. But I don't know. Maybe we need some more characters. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So anyway, we're gonna get back to Tony. Tony has been trying to stay on Zach's good side. He trying not to tell nothing. He don't want to say nothing. And I'm just like, well, Fatima, you can't really get mad at him for not telling you anything because you started this trend of let's not tell Zach, and now we on some let's not tell Fatima. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, on the one hand, I'm like, you didn't want him telling Zach, but on the other hand, it also annoyed me with Tony. I was like, okay, we back to this now. Do we not see where lies gets us at? Like she gonna find out what the hell he did regardless. She's literally coming home and seeing the bloody stuff all over the table. And as far as Jeremiah, I mean, I think at first when the cops came, they thought they was coming because Deja done said 11 times that she called the damn cops on Fatima and they gonna be getting her every minute. So of course they both seem to kind of be shocked when they saying that they there for him and for the taking out, unaliving allegedly of Jeremiah. Is also, of course, if people watch Sisters, interesting that that's the same cop that's in Sisters that was saying to Zach, like, how's your brother doing? Or what's up with your brother? Something to that degree. And he got mad at him. I think they're going to actually do something similar that they got going on in Sisters right now, where they're going to say the person is unalive, but actually they not. They still very much alive. Probably going to have Jeremiah in some type of rehab thing eventually, which I wouldn't be mad at. I would love to see him get himself together, but just have Zach thinking that he has unalived him and have him go through all of the loopy loo with the jail. I don't know how long he gonna be in there. And then Fatima ain't gonna be wanting to be bothered with him after we done went through all this whole song and dance child, whatever. I guess. But I don't
Girl.
think he gonna be unalived. And if he is, then he just lost his mother and his brother. And he can't even freaking go to her funeral and bury her. Like, all of this could have been avoided if you stayed your ass home. So I don't know if I'm supposed to feel sorry for Zach. I don't. That's what I was saying in my review. I don't. You still went and beat him to a pulp. So even if he ain't dead, you still did what you did.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Zach either. Honestly, I don't feel bad for ain't nobody right now. Honestly, I feel a little bad for Jeremiah if I feel bad for anybody because you didn't have to do him like that. Like at least wait till he got back sober and then beat him up. We saw a moment where he was sober, but he too has lost their mom, and I think that's the part that irks me a little bit is that we're not looking at his pain either. Like I get that the thing that you're using to say the reason why you want to go do the things that you did to Jeremiah is because of Fatima, but it's really not it. Like I feel like if you take away all the issues that Zach had with his brother and this happened, I don't think Zach is on 1,000. I think Zach is way more reasonable. I think that has more to do with his mom and their childhood than he really wants to put on. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's more
Yeah,
so what
because
it
he
has to do with.
still never really got to deal with it. I mean, we literally saw him first tried to tackle it and address it in season 2. So I mean, he really hasn't had a chance to deal with it. And then when he did start to try to deal with it, right after that she got sick, and right after that she passed away, and the video and everything else came. So he really is still in the middle of trying to process and cope with that. And then of course you end up losing her. And I agree, Angelica. To me, this is a toxic relationship and it is a hot mess. I don't see this as just drama. I don't see this as just us having problems and issues, because that is real and that does happen and will always happen in relationships. But this is to the point where it's toxic now to me. And I was rooting for them. I was happy with them in season 1 and them coming out of, sisters into this. But now I'm just like, even when they got back together, I felt like they got back together too fast, and like it just didn't feel like it was for the right reason. That I felt like we could have stretched that out a little bit more. And I know there's gonna be a whole bunch of people that disagrees with me and that's rooting for them and thinks this is the best thing since cooked rice, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree, because I just don't see it. I don't see
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Oh yeah, Angelica hit the nail on the head. This is definitely a toxic relationship. Everything about this is so toxic. There's so many different warning signs that you get that we've gotten so much throughout these three little seasons that we have. We ain't even in no sisters universe where we got like a ton of seasons. We're only 2.5 seasons in, and there have been tons of red flags that says that this relationship is toxic. And I know everybody wants to see them fight and everybody wants to see them pull through and oh, it's gonna be great. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta call a spade, and this is a very toxic relationship, and
Yeah,
they just shouldn't be
sometimes
together.
sometimes I like a little toxic, and I like drama and fights just as much as the next person, but I like it to make sense and not be just over the top and into a point where you're literally hurting yourself, hurting the other person that you're saying you want to actually protect and you care about. It just defeats the purpose. Some of this stuff could be avoided. It's so unnecessary.
Exactly. And I think that's the bigger point and the bigger picture is that we're looking at two people trying to be together, but at the same time, you have these people that have not individually worked on certain things in their own lives that they need to work on, and now you're coming together and you finna bring a child into this world. Like I don't even know where we finna go from here. Like, and I know a lot of people, I always see on a lot of posts that it's other people that they always blame it on, saying that, you know, if other people would stay out of their relationship, then Zach and Fatima would be okay. But that's not how I see it necessarily. I'm not saying that there aren't times where, like in the previous seasons, where there has been some things that came up because of other people, but other people are always going to be a factor. There's always going to be a Deja around the corner trying to take somebody man. There's always going to be people, and you can't always say that it's somebody else's fault. At the end of the day, you got to look it in the eye and say that these people have to make a decision, a choice to
I
do better
did
and be
feel that
better.
I did feel that way. I think in season one, because especially what me kind of knowing them from sisters, you never really saw too much of Fatima's friend, so to speak. She more so would deal with Andy on sisters, and then Zach didn't really have guys that he was cool with. The only one he did get somewhat cool with was Preston, so it do kind of make sense for Preston to come here and be cool with him here. The rest of them he really wasn't trying to mess with like that, and then to see the people that he supposed to have grew up with, it was like, okay, we getting more of a background. But then I was like, damn, these two damn losers. Like, no wonder he acting the way he acting. And yeah, you need to stay away from them and go be about your business, so to speak. Because certain times, even though we grew up with people, we may have love for them, we also grow apart and we get to different places where it's like certain things I can't be into anymore. Doesn't mean I love you any less. So I just kind of felt like, I wanted to see them tackle that a little bit more. And I did sometimes feel like, oh, if you are X them out of it, then some of the issues wouldn't be there. But some of this other stuff ain't got nothing to do with them. It's just, I don't know. It's just a hot mess.
Mm. I mean, because in theory, I mean, did they fought through that drama and now they just in a whole nother drama. And I'm just like, here we go. Like, here we go. I don't know. I really don't know where we really go from here. But I'm here for Zatima. I'm here to talk. I'm here to see what's going on with the things. But I'm always gonna call both of them out. I'm not a super fan of either one of them. I just like them both. But sometimes I just wish we could both just be separate for a
Yeah,
little
I want
while.
to see how we gonna do this second half. What's gonna be happening? I feel like it's gonna annoy me even before I can feel the annoyance before I even get there.
Girl, I know I'm gonna be annoyed too. I'm like, dang, this is gonna be so annoying. And Fatima probably gonna be on a gazillion all the time. So she probably
Mhm.
gonna be, I hate seeing her angry all the time. Like, why
Yeah.
she always gotta be mad? Like, why we always gotta have her upset? I don't like it.
Yeah.
Let's see what.
And then I don't know if I don't know if they changed one of the episodes or they had more than one recording of an episode or if the episode is going to come up in the second half. But I already know some things that I seen there that was already annoying to me from when they made the mistake. I don't know what's going on over there, but I hope during this break that BET and, Prom or whoever is going to be playing these episodes that y'all going to get that together as well.
That part, they be messing up. They really do. But hopefully they'll get it all together. But yeah, that was what was up with Zatima. I mean, at the end of the day, our guy Zach, he got arrested for the murder of Jeremiah, allegedly, supposedly, and we don't know if he really is unalived or not. We don't know really what's going on. But I guess we shall see when we get to the second half of Zatima. Drop down in the comments, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode of Zatima, about this whole season, this first half of the season. If you're watching this on the replay, let us know what you thought about it. Was y'all feeling this whole 10 episodes of running around trying to find Jeremiah and the fact that Zach may have allegedly, supposedly have unalived Jeremiah, or do y'all even think that is he really even unalived? I mean, there's some theories that say that that maybe he died from something else. Like maybe if he is unalive, that it wasn't because that it's going to be something different, and that's what's going to
I
change
could
that.
I could believe that if he did go, that it wasn't what Zach did. Or Tyler Perry has done this on a many of shows. We thinking somebody going, and next thing you know, they in another damn room somewhere, hooked up. Okay, so I could see either one of those happening.
Okay.
But Zach gonna definitely spend some time in the jail cell. Okay,
girl. Okay. So anyway, ma'am, that is what's up. Let me know what you got going on the channel, boo boo.
well, I actually put out, what was it, Teacup, 3 episodes of that a little while ago, and then I'm gonna have uh I think 10:15, 10:40, and 11:10. I'm gonna have episodes, 2 episodes at a time I'm sorry, Sweet Pea I put up earlier, and then later tonight I'm gonna be doing 2x2 episode breakdowns of Teacup. So if y'all watch either one of those, check those out. And of course, I will be rocking with EJ for Found. And I'll be doing Love at the Lockup tomorrow. And Saturday is Self Care Saturday, and what you should be watching. I've been doing stuff every day. I'm trying to get busy in these streets while I can. So if you are not subscribed, subscribe. Okay.
That's good. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. She got all sorts of goodies over there. As for my channel, tomorrow, of course, Tamieka and I will be doing Found. What else I got on Friday? I can't remember what else I don't think I have anything else on Friday right now. On Saturday, we have book club. We also do a watch along. So if you are a member of the channel, then certainly come and join the watch along. We're going to be watching People Under the Stairs. So definitely come through for that. And then on Sunday, we're going to be doing Three Women. And then I feel like it's something else on Sunday, but I just cannot think of what it is right now. And then on Saturday, we're gonna be doing Married at First Sight too. Y'all know your girl been trying to get into these reality shows. I'm trying to dip my toe.
I see you. Hey, Erica Vane. She said they going off on her. She ate. Listen, Fatima, I'm sorry, but I already know. That's why I warned people. Y'all was gonna probably not agree with me. Okay.
I am definitely about to go and look at it. I've been waiting for this because I was like, girl, doing the absolute most. Like, I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to go watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Okay, girl. But so I have that. And then on Monday, Tamieka and I do From. On Tuesday, I do From again with struggle reviews and my sweet perspective and a slice of horror. And then I can't remember what day. Candy and I are going to be doing another reality show, but I think it's later on this month, y'all. So be on the lookout for that too. I'm trying to do more reality stuff. So, but Candy and I are going to be doing that a little bit later. So I'm trying to get caught up on it now. And then just keep y'all notifications on. Your girl been trying to drop content consistently and trying to do better and trying to get some other stuff up. And I'll be doing some uploads of some stuff as well. So just keep y'all notifications on.
Oh, shout out to Candy. Me and her also discussed Beauty in the Black, and we did Sisters yesterday. So if y'all didn't see that, check that out. We had a ball laughing, cutting up with that Beauty in the Black.
Okay, yeah, Beauty in the Black is a lot too. Definitely, it's a lot. It's okay, boo. Thank you so much for coming through. You know I appreciate you. Love you to death. But yeah, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. Do y'all the Impact? I haven't watched the Impact, Dominique. I've seen it, but I haven't watched it. I'm just now dipping my toes into reality. So I started to dip it in a little bit of the dating shows first, and then, you know, I'll try to dip into something else because, girl, it'd be a lot. Child, Beauty in the Black, tired. I'm tired. Girl. It was something else. Horace is my man. Horace was something else, girl. But yeah, but I'm here for that too. I'm here for when the next I'm gonna be looking at it November 24th. Okay, yeah. So Candy and I are gonna be doing Married to Medicine. It got a ton of seasons. Y'all know I ain't finna go watch all that. I just want y'all to know that I'm only back to watch part of it.
Okay.
And I'm jumping in.
All right.
But all right, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody for coming through. Angelica, thank you, boo. Erica Vane, Dominique, Candy Love was in the building. That's a girl. I didn't even tell you what I was going to say. Bobby Ray was in the building. Everybody who came through, we appreciate you guys. Lemon Kush Pepper, what up? And we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
You did that. Yeah, you crossed the line about 1,000 times and I did that. Yeah, I stayed a while, tried to make it right. Cigarette. No, I never smoke, but my heart is broke, explosive. Stressing for that old thing back. That initial